Comfort items. We all have them. Whether it's a locket with a picture of your crush's face, or a log. There's always that one personal item that brings us a sense of relief. I don't care how tough you are. You can eat a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk, and yet, I bet you have boo-boo keys. For me, my comfort item has always been a licensed Nickelodeon game. No, not that one. We'll get to that one later. I'm talking about the Fairly Oddparents Showdown, one of my favorite PS2 games ever. Not just a childhood favorite, I mean you could put this game in the same category as Sly 2 and GTA San Andreas. It was a game so dear to me that I was still revisiting it yearly in high school. I think it was only once I went to college when I decided to take a long break from it. Coming back to it as an adult, I can say it still slaps today. Of course it's not an overly challenging game, it's not the Dark Souls of 3D platformers, that's how it goes with Pac-Man World 2, but instead it's a very relaxing, nostalgic collectathon that does an outstanding job of capturing the feel of the show. So many iconic characters and locations are replicated throughout the game. One level will have you interacting with Jorgen in Fairy World, while the next will have you going to Cincinnati to save the Crimson Chin. The wacky, fun writing that made the show appealing for a lot of people is present in the game, which I should add, I think it's more enjoyable than the show. Yeah, funny enough, the Fairly Oddparents was one of my least favorite Nicktoons as a kid. I was always annoyed at how the show would handle its humor. In almost every episode, it constantly tried to beat an unfunny joke into your head over and over again, and it did it in a way that felt very full of itself, as if it struck comedic gold and the audience was just too stupid to understand the joke. This is a reoccurring issue in a lot of Butch Hartman shows. The game is way different when it comes to humor though. I found it much more tolerable, most of the time. There's a lot less repetition when it comes to the jokes, and I would even say there's a simple charm to them. There's a lot of moments in the game that made me chuckle.
They're made of water, so wish for a giant curly drinking straw. Cosmo, don't encourage Timmy to drink evildoers.
Where's the babysitter channel? There's a special on humiliation techniques I want to see. Guys, check it out. Save the world again.
It's a good habit to get into.
It's crazy how less can be more, eh, Butch? Showdown is the second attempt at a Fairly Oddparents 3D platformer. The first one was titled Breaking the Rules, which I never played as a kid. Comparing it to the second,
I have to go to camp. Even though we're in trouble right now, I'm just a kid and I have to do what people say. Timmy Turner, get on this bus right now!
I would definitely say I lucked out. However, Breaking the Rules walked, so Showdown could run. The story, as you would expect, is simple. Timmy wants to watch a TV show marathon, his TV stops working, he wishes for it to be fixed, Cosmo wants to try to grant his wish, but can't because someone is stopping their magic. Timmy finds out he needs to bake a magic muffin to solve the problem, so each level is spent trying to gather an ingredient. As I mentioned, levels span across locations iconic to the show, and each one has Timmy trying to gather these stars that come up with different wishes or game mechanics that you'll need in order to progress. Along with the game's solid representation of the show, the level design is one of the best aspects. The design of each level perfectly reflects what wishes are introduced in the level, and vice versa. The Get a Clue level, for example, has a wish where you can flip the world upside down, so there'll be coins and other things placed on the ceiling. This relationship that the game mechanics have with the level design is what I think makes the game consistently enjoyable to play through. I also love the music in this game. It goes hard. So hard that I've used several tracks in my previous videos on this channel. The Plinky Plunky shop theme I've used in my Game Boy video, and the horrifying ambient track from Dad's Dream I've used in my games that scared me as a kid. That second level was nightmare fuel, in the best way possible of course. There's not much I can say that this game does wrong. If I had to list any drawbacks, it might be the wishes themselves. Some of them feel a little underdeveloped. No, Wanda, it's not that I'm not whooshing right. The jetpack just sucks. Another thing too is that while I feel the level design is a strength of Showdown, it's also a weakness. If you exclude the tutorial and final boss fight, there's 6 levels and 3 of them have the same layout of going down 2 diverging paths to gain access to the boss fight. This layout repetition is not a major problem however, for I only really noticed it once I got to the Great Escape, which is the 5th level. I think this issue can easily be forgiven because the game doesn't overstay its welcome. If it were 12 levels, I'm sure I'd be singing a different tune. I might have disliked the game. That's not the case at all though. The Fairly Oddparents Showdown is truly a classic for me. It might not have the same level of cult following as Battle for Bikini Bottom, but that doesn't take away from what a solid representation it is of the show, and overall just a very fun licensed game. This is a game that no matter what age I am, I'm never too old to enjoy it. There's an undeniable charm to it all, whether that's in the writing, the collectibles, the style, or the way it feels to play. The Fairly Oddparents Showdown is a good time.